What is up, guys? Today we're going to be looking at a card that I think is actually really cool from the upcoming set Mega Kangaskhan EX. It is a basic Pokemon with 300 HP. That's right, you heard me. A basic Pokemon with 300 HP with the ability Run Errand. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon's in the active, you may use his ability, draw two cards. You can't use more than one a turn. So you don't really ever need more than one Mega Kangaskhan in play. They are three prize cards and do have three retreats, so you don't really want to have more than one in play anyway. Rapid fire combo does 200, and you flip a coin until you get tails, 50 more for each heads for 3 colorless energy. Not a bad attack for 3 colorless, you just get a vanilla 200, which is a pretty good amount of damage in most situations. Obviously, the flipping coins aspect is a little bit fun, but I think this card can make its way into a lot of decks as a cleanup attacker or just a card that, gives you those two cards that you need. So today we're going to look at a deck list from the Japanese YouTube channel. I'm sure it's going to be a support Pokemon more than the active Pokemon. I don't know how they're actually going to build it. I haven't actually seen the deck list yet, but we're going to take a look at that, kind of go from there, and we'll jump right in. So hopefully you guys you can enjoy. Please like and subscribe, and we'll go from there. Looks like it's going to be the main attacker in this video, but it looks like they're going for a Mega Kangaskhan Terapagos Noctowl build, kind of like what we've seen in the past with the Bouffalance, just making it as big and beefy as possible. With the Bouffalance, we go up to 360 HP. Into the Charm, we go up to 410, and then we just become basically a tank. We have the Penny. We have no other healing cards, no Wallers or anything, because we can't really move that energy around. We have Trumpets to accelerate to our guys. So once we get the energies in the discard, we can just trumpet them onto the board. Monkey Dory to move damage over. We have Latias to basically draw our extra cards. Terapagos to attack pretty early. Crispin to accelerate as well. A pretty stock standard deck that I think looks pretty cool. I don't know if this is like unique or anything. I would have personally preferred to put like Mega Kangaskhan in maybe like my Raging Bolt deck or something like that, where I get some extra draw. But this is also a very unique take on the deck, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. So if you guys again enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. I'm just a professional guy who is doing my best here to enjoy some Pokemon, and we'll just watch and see some gameplay. We have Zacian on the right, and just a metal box deck. It looks like we're gonna go ahead and use Mega Kangaskhan's ability to draw two. Just an incredible opener because you just get this crazy like advantage. But the problem is again you're a three prizer, and there's a lot of cards in the format that can abuse three prizers, namely Raging Bolt and Goldengo. So like right now it might not be the best card as a main attacker, but as a side attacker, it feels like one of the cards that you can inevitably pivot into and get really good with. So we see the Ultra Ball, pitching an energy, grabbing a Terapagos, getting our Terra into play, so now we can use our Noctowl engine. We're going to go ahead, I think no attachment here, or we have a Latias in hand. Yeah, we have a Latias, so we can go ahead and retreat into Fan Rotom. This way, our active's not in any danger, attached to the Mega Kangaskhan, and we'll just go ahead and pass it over. We see the Postwick hitting the board. There's the attachment to the Hobzation. There's a Research pitching a bunch of cards. Metang as well. Trolley off the 7. Probably one of the best things you could see here if you're playing this metal deck. Beldum, Metang, Snorlax, Genesect, Snorlax. We see the attached to the bench, and we're gonna go ahead and just do some sniping. Because the active is dead, for sure. Here we get it, and then we get the two Metangs out of the deck too with the Genesect. Genesect just an incredibly good card for any metal deck. You get to thin two cards every time it's at the board, and your opponent just really can't deal with you putting or finding your evolutions because nothing in the format cleanly knocks it out, while also disrupting your opponent. So you can't like boss an on the same turn, for example. We're gonna throw up the Mega Kangaskhan once again here. We kind of want the Stadium to bump, and we kind of want to one-shot the active if we can somehow. It's a little bit difficult to do. If we get Stadium and like a full board, that would be ideal, but it's very difficult to do that with the pieces we have. So we're going to commit to the Crispin here, it looks like. Just powering up the Mega Kangaskhan, which looks like we're going to go ahead and attack with that this turn. Draw the two cards, see what we get. There's a Charm and another Mega Kangaskhan. No Stadium. We can go get the Stadium here and an S-Ball, which is pretty good here. We're going to bump the Postwick. We're going to be able to S-Ball if we want to. Probably another Hoot. Boof is also pretty good. We can just make ourselves a little bit bigger. There's a second Boof. Now our guy's much bigger, much stronger. Or Charm are active. There is a whole combo of pieces. Now, this strategy very much fell off in the later formats because it didn't really have a ton of damage. So maybe this strategy, getting the damage like works out better for it. There's a heads already with the first flip. There's probably two heads. They're flipping, and there's a tails. So we're gonna just one head. So 250 damage. There goes Zacian. This like original Terapagos strategy was really strong in the format, but then fell off obviously because Dragapult was able to kind of abuse it, take multiple knockouts at once. the early damage didn't matter, Dragapult's attacks mattered, and you couldn't really one-shot the Dragapult, that issue might still persist even with the Mega Kangaskhan build. So it's kind of seeing like, can we actually come back and deal with that issue? Because decks like Dragapult, decks like Goldangle, decks like Raging Bolt will still be prevalent in the metagame, and they'll be still so powerful in what they're doing. So can we actually deal with that? And does this 3-prize attacker actually help us with those matchups? And if the answer is no, then maybe this deck is not actually that good. But right now the concept seems pretty interesting to me. We're going to Arvat the CC and the Belt. We're going to go ahead and just draw the 4. The Metang we hit here onto the Snorlax. We're going to attack with Snorlax here. Spicy. We're going to put it here. We have the Post-Pick already in play. We're going to Fez for 3. I guess we can't really kill the Kangaskhan. It's really difficult to do that, so I think it's just fine to like punch into it twice and try to take it out that way. Because now we put the Mega Kangaskhan at 180, and then next turn we can try to clean it up with a Zacian attack. But there's a Scoop Up Cyclone in the hand, so it's like kind of impossible. And if we boss kill the Zacian, the game kind of ends here. There is another Noctowl. We know like that's available to us. We have Vessel plus Boss. We're gonna Vessel. I mean, there's already a Boss in hand. I think I saw. So it's kind of overkill to do this. All this. We're gonna just attach. We can bring up the Zacian. We have the Monkey Dory Dark in hand. It's a guaranteed KO with that actually. So there's no reason to even flip any coins. Now we are in a situation where we no longer have Owls. This is kind of where like if we can knock out the active and go into an Iono or something, it's pretty good. But this Hop Zacian deck probably doesn't play a lot of Ionos. This is one of those situations where it's like not necessarily that good. But moving 30 off and healing constantly with this big behemoth you have built up is really, really scary. There's a Scoop Up Cyclone as the A spec. Not the intended purpose, I think, of keeping our big tank alive. But we see in this situation that we can still, play ball with this. We have the Trumpet preemptively using it to power up our Mega Kanga. And just a Tails immediately. So we just take out the Zacian anyway, though, with the Monkey Dory damage. Like I said, the coin flip's not reliable, like I mentioned earlier in the video. We have to kind of bank on playing an honest, fair game at all times, and obviously the coin flips are something that's kind of a scam in the Pokemon TCG. And so if we ever like have to get to that position, we can do it. It's just something we don't want to do if possible. There's a balloon in hand. There's an Iono as well. I already see the Iono, which is like kind of nice. So I'm down to just like slam the Iono, put the balloon out and slam the Iono here, because there's not really much else we can do. We have to hit the Zacian here. We have to hope the Kangaskhan player doesn't really do anything. There's a Nest Ball off the Fez. We're going to see the Zacian hit the board. We're going to start with the Metags. We need to hit basically a lot here. We have to hope for a miracle. There's 0 there. Going to the bottom of the deck. Unfortunate. Go again. Second Metang. We need to hit a lot of energies here to stay in the game. There's 3. We're able to stay in the game. I mean, anyone who's played this Dialga or Metang at any capacity knows this is exactly how it goes. The deck doesn't give it to you when you need it. It gives it to you when you most want it. We just go into the Zacian here. Attach. I think we can pop the active here for 210. I actually don't even know if that's enough damage. 210 plus. Yep, there it is. Perfect. Not perfect, but like a little bit. Yeah, there it is. Goes down. We take the 3 prize cards. Now keep in mind if there's like a Raging Bolt or something, this would be a lot easier to take the knockout. We're going to be able to Stretcher back the energy to the hand. Attach. We're going to Lily's Determination. You get 6 cards. It's not the full 8, but a Trumpet will, put us in a really good spot here. We're going to Fez. We can draw 3 with Fez as well. No real risk anyway. We can Trumpet. Like this is the craziest part. Like there's actually no risk because that the Zacian can't attack next turn or like use this attack specifically next turn. So we know we can't get one shot, and we know the Snorlax can't do it either. So we're just in a good spot, like where our behemoths, like there's the first heads, and that is the game. We're gonna roll again. It looks like to keep the game. Yeah, just 1 heads. This has been very fair coin flips. Nothing has been too scammy. But even if we did hit tails here, for example, it's not like the end of the world, right? We just can come back into it and play the game we want to. But this is a deck list, guys. I hope you take a look at it, enjoy it. I think Mega Kangaskhan is one of the few cards that will be very impactful off the rip. My buy list video for the new set will be coming out shortly. Hope you guys are excited for that. Mega Evolution will do a tier list as well. A lot of fun coming up with the new Mega cards. Just in a couple of weeks, they will be out and about. So see ya.